Hello. If you saw my organizational video up here, um, you saw that I added a ton more skeins of yarn into my hat yarn bag. Hat yarn for me is one-off skeins of variegated yarn that you really can't do much else with, but I was like, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Or yarn that I just don't know what to do with it. So it goes into my hat yarn bag. Now, I have done this challenge before. If you haven't seen it, again, link up here. And I'm hoping to make this challenge a bit more difficult, even though it was difficult enough the first time. So the rules that we have. Rules are we still have 24 hours, but it is not like spread out over however much time it takes to make 24 hours. No. This is 24 hours over the next 5 days. So I still have my watch that I timed on last time, and I will do that again. However, I am only giving myself 5 days. It is Friday afternoon. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and then I can edit and put this out at the end of next week. Oh, I hate admitting that because then that really is a deadline. Now, that does equal out to roughly like close to 5 hours a day, not quite, which is, oh boy. I don't think I ever quite mathed the math before. This will be fun. It'll be great. It'll be fine. I will either prove to myself that I can indeed crochet that fast, or 2, that, wow, I fooled myself and that was a fluke. So, every day I will check in at the very end of the day. So expect some not so great looks in the next few minutes, because end of the day I am typically just haggard. Aren't we all? And I will give a count of how many hats I have done that day and what time I am up to. Accountability, people. Accountability. I don't know why I'm doing this. This is crazy. So 24 hours total over the next 5 days. Daily check-ins. If I don't make I should come up with a consequence if I don't make the 24 hours in that time period. I'll have to contemplate that. Because there should be some like, the reward is that I did it and that I could see my skills, but I'll think about a consequence if I don't. Yeah, we'll think on that. So you saw a little preview of the hat yarn box in the intro. Let me show you what we're really dealing with. All right. So for anybody who had any bags from 31, so sad they went out of business. I was actually a consultant for them for a little bit. And you'll see a lot of bags that I use for crochet from them because I just love their bags. This is a deluxe utility tote. So it's bigger than a large utility tote. And it's overflowing. Like literally so much yarn. Oh my gosh. Let's just show you a little bit of what's in here. What you can maybe expect. Oh my gosh. This is insane. Okay. Woo. All right. So we have some skeins that I got on clearance. You can see like a lot of Hobby Lobby yarn ends up in here because I get it so dirt cheap. I do have a skein of like Vortex that I only got one of them. So that's going to be hats. I have the rest of the yarn that I made a hat for back when I did a race in October. That's where I broke my foot. And just so many like one-off really pretty skeins. I did a blanket and this is what I had left over for it. I do have some like chunky yarn in here, not a ton. Like I have, check out this old homespun. And let's see, some chunky yarn. There's some chunky yarn left over from a blanket again. That one that I got from Joann's that I promised I would make a blanket. I am knocking things over. This really pretty yarn that I thought about running for the knitting machine, but we're going to see how it works out in a normal sense. But this, that was a mill end that I thought I had for the same color. I did not. So all in here. And more and more and more and more. So I have quite a bit of yarn. And I am excited to see what I can work up. Like I said, I'm really hoping that I can beat last time's number of 24 and 24, even by one. If I can do 25 and 24, that would be, that's a win, right? All of these are going to be made with my basic beanie pattern. I just posted a video for that last week. So check it out. Again, up here, hopefully I am pointing in the right corner. You think after all this time, like I would know what corner to point in? Whatever. Anyway, we can do this. I will check in a couple hours. Maybe not quite 5, but hopefully close to 5 hours. And I will show you what I've accomplished. Wish me luck. We are at the end of day 1. Definitely didn't get in the close to 5 hours I was supposed to. I did get in 3 hours, 27 minutes. And now I'm getting ready to edit a video that I want to put up tomorrow. So we only have 1, 2, 3, and kind of a half, which still puts us on track for matching last time's challenge. 3.5 hours, 3.5 hats. Not too bad. So I am going to edit this video. Hopefully I won't stay up too late. Then it will be back to crocheting some more tomorrow. All right, so checking in for day 2. I'm in trouble. So the day got away from me pretty quick, and I only added on like 2 extra hours. So tomorrow's got to be a really big crochet day. Oops. But I did get 3 extra hats done. 1, 2, and 3. This yarn literally is from like the 70s. Like I finished the ball of yarn. Else I'd show it to you, but like it feels like the 70s. Feels like the 70s. It feels like yarn from back then. It's a little bit more plasticky. And like after I pulled out a little bit and worked a little bit up, this sounds really weird. I sniffed the ball like on the inside. And it smells like when I was in the 90s and I went to my grandma's house. So it smells like a 70s home. Anyway, it'll turn out really cute. I
Anyway, I will check in again tomorrow and things will not. Hopefully, they will be more because 6 hours in 2 days out of 24 hours. I have a lot of working for me.
This challenge is derailed. I last updated on Saturday. It is now Tuesday. I slept for like 14 hours on Sunday, and then I ended up having to take yesterday off of work, and I ended up sleeping for about the same amount of time. I was in a car accident a year and a half ago, and I had post-concussion syndrome, and it lasted a long, long time. And I'm thinking that's what kind of bit me this weekend, or I don't know if because it really wasn't a cold, but I had some of the same symptoms mid last week, and then over the weekend it was just rough. So today is the day I should be ending my challenge, but unfortunately, I am only, wait for it, 13 hours and 22 minutes. So most of that was done today. I definitely don't feel the best yet, but I was able to. I'm just going to count Saturday or Sunday, Monday, and today. I think I did like half of the hat between Sunday and Monday. And then I got off work today and just plowed through and watched a show. But anyway, so this is definitely not how I saw this challenge going. And it's the first day I feel kind of human in a couple days. And I got a huge pile done. I have 1, 2, 3 that are the same. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I got quite a bit done today, and I would like to say that I will. There's no way I can finish tomorrow because that would be like 11 hours, and that's just not. Hopefully by Friday is the goal. So we'll see, how these next few days go. But life, I tell you, right? It just sneaks up on you and changes your plans. So challenge is still happening, obviously, as you are watching this. And I will complete the challenge. It just is not going to be on the initial timetable that I challenged myself to. I'll check it tomorrow. Hopefully as much success as it was today. Like I said, it was like a good 6.5, 7 hours today. So today is Thursday, and it's supposed to be my new end date. Because the first one I was sick, so I extended it to today. And yeah, about that. Not there. I just haven't crocheted. I haven't had time to crochet a lot the last few days. And yeah, here we are. So I have Friday off, and my hope is to be able to find like 5.5 hours of crochet time. But I think I should make tomorrow just my last day. We'll see if it happens. Maybe Saturday morning. I don't know. I have a really busy day Saturday. So, you know, it's not a true challenge if there isn't difficulty. Right? And I got a new mic, and I like that it sounds a lot better. But I, for the life of me, was having the biggest struggle trying to connect it to my phone because it's not through Bluetooth. It's OTG on the go, and I've never used such a device. But apparently, you don't have to do any kind of fancy Bluetooth thing. You literally just plug it in, and it's connected. So, technology issues. Anyway, let me show you what I have done the last 2 days. I have 2 of these pinky hats. I know the coloring is not that great in this room right now. Sorry, the lighting, I mean. This is with that jelly belly yarn. Oh my goodness, the light's awful. There we go. It's gray with that black and that orange. I got it from Joann right before bankruptcy, and I know they still have some in store. I'm not the biggest fan of this yarn, so And then I have had this yarn sitting in my hat bucket forever, hat bag, and I finally made this really fuzzy hat. This is with like homespun kind of yarn, and I had a little bit of white left and a little bit more of that pink, and made another. So that's just 5. It's not a whole lot, but at least it's something. So I'm at 18 hours and 33 minutes, so I have 5.5 hours left. Well, we'll see how tomorrow goes. My plan was to get this up by Friday, and now the challenge is going into Friday. Yeah, it's just fingers crossed.
So today is Friday, and I am at 22 hours. And yes, it is 11:55 p.m. But I have a really, really busy day tomorrow. So I'm hoping, as much as I don't want to stay up, I am going to. Because it's still technically Friday until you go to bed. Right? So I am going to charge through the next 2 hours, and I will film the conclusion final part tomorrow. I am so tired.
It's done. 24 hours, 34 seconds. And yes, it is now 9:27 in the morning, and I did stay up last night to finish it. So technically, I did finish on Friday. Okay, technically, it was Saturday, but it still feels like the same day if you don't go. Anyway, ta-da! She's done. She's here. All of them are done. I am so happy. This challenge definitely, I feel like every challenge gets derailed, and that's just part of a challenge, right? So let me show you all the hats that were done. We will do a final count, and I did not come up with, by the way, I know at the very beginning, I was like, I should come up with some kind of like punishment or something if I don't finish, and I feel like being sick in the middle was enough punishment, so we're gonna call that good. Okay, so a couple of them I finished last night. This was with the Vortex yarn. And this yarn actually ended up being, sorry, some of it got really cool. So it starts out super dark, and then can you see at the bottom how it kind of becomes light? And then the next hat I did with it was this. So like it went from there to there. But it's not, that's so interesting because it was so dark here. And then, yeah. So one, okay, and also, some of these I have not weaved in the ends. Some do have them weaved in and some don't. So, all right, vortex. 1, 2, oh my goodness. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, ooh, 9. Should show the right side. 10. I did lose or win at Yarn Chicken on this. Yay. And now I just lost track. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11. Nice 70s hat. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23. 24. So I did it again. Yay! So I feel like that just proves 24 in 24 is doable. I also did actually get that much started of another hat. So 24 and a quarter, maybe? It might be, if I did this challenge again in the future, it might be interesting to do of only like value acrylic, of only worst of chunky, of only, because some of these definitely worked up faster than like this one, because this yarn is a little bit thinner, so there's way more rows involved than there are with that, like you can tell. So some of them definitely did work up faster, and that's, I think, what kind of gets you to the 24 okay. It evens itself out. So that might be an interesting challenge to do, but yeah, I don't know if I need to do this challenge again. I was really thinking that I could be a little bit faster, and I really wasn't. So I guess that's nice that I'm mostly consistent. But again, it's with like a mix of worsted, a little bit of chunky, some of it I would have even called DK. So still, 24 and 24. I think I can award myself that and just call it done. So if you enjoyed this challenge, give me a thumbs up or let me know in the comments. And let me know in the comments if there's another challenge you want to see me do. I think it might be fun to challenge myself to a blanket. That one might be a bit more involved, and there will be way more parameters with that. Either way, it is Saturday morning. I'm going to go edit this video, put it up, and I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.